We're uncovering the story of the 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin so rare, it has collectors fighting to get their hands on it, and sellers cashing in for life-changing amounts. Let's rewind to 1979, a time of bell-bottoms, disco, and inflation soaring across the U.S. The Lincoln cent had been minted for decades. But in 1979, something strange happened. A small batch of Lincoln pennies left the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark, a subtle error that would slip past the eyes of the U.S. Mint, but not past dedicated coin collectors years later. At first glance, these coins looked ordinary, but make no mistake, they're anything but. Most of us don't wake up thinking, today's the day I find a penny worth more than my car. But maybe you should, because one of these 1979 no-mint mark pennies sold for $695,000 at auction, and the kicker, it was found in an old mason jar during a spring cleaning frenzy. Why is this penny worth hundreds of thousands? It's all about rarity, condition, and error. Coins minted in Philadelphia are supposed to carry a P mint mark. But the rarest 1979 Lincoln cents don't, they were minted by mistake. And those mistakes, they're worth a fortune. But here's where it gets even crazier. Some of these coins still haven't been found. Experts believe less than 100 of these valuable specimens are in circulation or private hands. That means there's a chance, even a small one, that you have one in a jar, box, or dusty drawer. Still think you should have thrown away that piggy bank when you turned 12? Yeah, might want to go check it now. But here's the deal, condition matters. A 1979 no-mint mark penny in circulated condition might get you a few $100s, but a mint state, uncirculated coin, that's where the real money lies. And that $695,000 sale, graded MS 67 red, almost flawless, the kind of coin that turns heads at Sotheby's, heritage auctions, or with private buyers. So how do you know if your penny is the penny? We'll tell you in a moment. This isn't just about coins. It's about opportunity hiding in plain sight. It's about knowing what to look for. It's about the small things that could change your entire financial future. You see, coin collecting is no longer just a hobby for grandpas and historians. It's a booming market, with private collectors, hedge funds, and international buyers bidding up rare coins like art, and the average American is sitting on thousands in coin value without even knowing it. You ever wonder why Grandpa never let you near his old coin folder? Now you know why. The man was sitting on a small fortune, but time is not on your side. As more coins get found and graded, rarity goes down, and so might the price. If you wait, you might miss the window. So, how do you spot a true 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? Look for a clean coin with no P under the date, get it graded by a trusted company like PCGS or NGC, then, get ready. Because that little coin could open doors you never imagined. We're revealing another Lincoln penny from the 80s worth over $1.2 million, and this one's even easier to find. So subscribe, like, and hit that bell, because your financial future might just be hiding in a coin flip. What if I told you that a single penny could change your life? Not a gold coin, not a rare diamond, just a simple, copper-colored penny, one you may have tossed into a drawer, dropped in your car, or walked past on the street. But this isn't just any penny. It's the 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln cent, and it could be worth up to $695,000. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to spot one, what makes it rare, and how you could be sitting on a fortune, without even knowing it. And let's be honest, how often does a penny buy you anything these days? Well, maybe early retirement. The year is 1987. Reagan is president. The average house costs $92,000. And the Lincoln penny? It's just pocket change, or so everyone thought, but buried deep in the mint's production, something went wrong. Or, depending on how you see it, something went incredibly right. In the world of coin collecting, every detail matters. One tiny letter can mean the difference between a penny and a payday. You see, the U.S. Mint marks each coin with a letter that shows where it was made: D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and nothing for Philadelphia. But in 1987, an ultra-rare batch of Lincoln pennies was struck, without any mint marked. An O, D. No S, just Lincoln, staring back at you, and that missing letter? That's what turned it into a $695,000 treasure. Pattern interrupt, attention reset. Funny, right? The government forgets one tiny stamp, and boom, instant millionaire potential. If only for getting your gym membership had such rewards. But how do you know you have one? How do you tell the difference between a lucky find and just another penny? Here's where things get exciting. Thousands of 1987 pennies were minted, but only a handful without the mint mark. Experts believe only a few dozen error coins ever made it into circulation. That's fewer than the number of billionaires in the country, and just last year, one sold at auction for a mind-blowing $695,000. That's right, nearly $750,000, for a coin you might already owe WN.SO. How do you find out? No mint mark below the year 1987, no signs of heavy wear, not zinc or plated. What if it's a fake? What if scammers are flooding the market with counterfeits? What if you sell it for $4.20, and it's worth $500,000? This is where it gets dangerous. Because yes, the fakes are out there, and one wrong move could cost you everything. Think of it like dating in your 30s. Some look perfect on the surface, but you better verify what's underneath. Before you rush to sell your coin, you must get it authenticated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Without professional verification, no serious collector will touch it, and no auction house will list it. And here's a little-known secret: if your penny is uncirculated, untouched, and perfectly preserved, it could be worth far more than the last sale. Imagine this: you open an old jar of coins, you spot a shiny 1987 penny. No mint mark, you get it graded, it comes back MS 67. And suddenly, you're holding a ticket to freedom. Mortgage paid, college fund covered, dream retirement on a beach within reach. But here's the truth: every day, more of these rare pennies are disappearing, sold, hoarded, forgotten. The window to cash in on these coins is closing fast. So, are you going to check your drawer today, your sock jar, your glove box? Because here's the kicker: most people will watch this video and still do nothing. But the ones who take action, they're the ones who live differently. They're the ones who wake up one day and never worry about money again. And just when you think you've seen the rarest, there's another penny out there, even rarer, even more valuable. But that's a story for the next video. So before you go, white heavy checkmark, hit that subscribe button. White heavy checkmark. Drop a comment if you think you found a rare coin. White heavy checkmark, and share this video, because someone you know could be holding a six-figure fortune without even realizing it. Imagine waking up one morning, grabbing your coffee, and realizing the old penny you tossed in a drawer 30 years ago could now be worth $695,000. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? But it's not. One simple coin, one tiny cent from 1977, with no mint mark, has shocked the coin collecting world. And the kicker? Most people don't even know they have it. Stay with me, because in the next 10 minutes, we're going to uncover how a coin you might already own could unlock the kind of wealth that changes lives. Buckle up. This story might just turn your junk drawer into a goldmine. 1977. Jimmy Carter is president. Elvis has left the building. And somewhere in the U.S. Mint, a peculiar mistake slipped into circulation. The Lincoln penny, a coin millions of Americans use daily, was struck without a mint mark. Normally, coins from Philadelphia bear no mint mark. But the real twist? Certain 1977 pennies have errors and anomalies so rare, they've been appraised for hundreds of thousands of dollars. One such penny was recently valued at $695,000. That's not a typo. That's enough to pay off your mortgage, fund your retirement, or buy that lake house you've only dared to dream about. And if you're thinking, wait, I just used one of those to buy gum last week, take a moment to panic, then keep watching. These rare 1977 pennies often display microscopic minting errors, double dies, off-center strikes, or weak impressions. And the right combination can send collectors into a bidding frenzy. But here's the thing: most of these gems are still hidden in plain sight, tucked away in shoeboxes, piggy banks, and old coffee tins across America. Could you be sitting on one of them? In just a moment, I'll show you exactly what to look for, and how to tell if your penny is the jackpot. Meet John, a 62-year-old retired mechanic from Ohio. One rainy afternoon, John stumbled upon an old jar of pennies while cleaning his garage. Just for fun, he looked them up. Within days, one of those pennies was appraised at nearly $700,000. He sold it. cleared his debt, bought his dream cabin, and now spends his days fishing and watching the sunset with zero financial stress. Think about that. One coin, worth more than most people make in a decade. What would you do with that kind of money? Travel the world? Set up your kids for life? Start that business you've always dreamed of. But before you go flipping through your couch cushions, let's get specific. No mint mark below the date, unusual coloration or shine. Look at the Liberty and In God We Trust text off-center, striking misalignment or weak strike lines. If your coin matches two or more of these traits, you may be holding something incredibly valuable, and even if it's not the $1 million coin. Some 1977 no mint mark pennies still sell for $5,000 to $15,000, not bad for pocket change. Heck, even your dog's been walking past a small fortune under the couch cushions. Here's the truth, these coins are becoming rarer by the day. As awareness grows, more collectors are scooping them up. Prices are climbing, and competition is fierce. Don't let your chance slip away. Because the longer you wait, the more likely that someone else will cash in on what you might already own. Grab a magnifying glass and start inspecting your change, especially older jars and penny rolls from banks. Use online databases or submit your coin to a reputable appraiser. If you strike gold, consult with an auction house, not just a pawn shop. You could be sitting on hundreds of thousands. Remember, most people never even look. That's why stories like John's sound impossible, until they happen. And here's the wild part, there's another US penny from a different year that's currently valued at over $2 million. Want to know which one it is? Backhand index pointing right. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, because next week I'll reveal the rarest penny ever minted, and how it could make you the next millionaire. What if I told you that a single penny, sitting in your drawer right now, could be worth more than your car, your house, or your entire retirement fund? Yes, you heard that right. A 1976 Lincoln penny, with a tiny D mint mark, just sold for a jaw-dropping $695,000. And get this, some experts say this coin could easily surpass $1 million in the coming years. Most people who own one have no idea what it's worth. Could you be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? Let's find out. Stay with me. Let's rewind for a second. It's 1976, the year America celebrated its bicentennial. The air was thick with patriotism. Fireworks lit the sky. Gas was 59 cents a gallon, and a penny was, well, just a penny, but hidden in that everyday pocket change was a secret. And no, I'm not about to tell you it had magical powers or opened a portal to another dimension, though for $695,000. That wouldn't be far off. The 1976 D Lincoln cent, minted in Denver, looks ordinary, copper in color. Honest Abe staring proudly into the distance. But here's what most don't realize, some of these coins were struck using experimental planchets, rare copper zinc alloy mixtures or off-metal errors from previous mint runs, and that changed everything. Collectors now scour the country for these elusive error coins, and are willing to pay six figures, sometimes more, for the right one. The scary part, millions of these pennies were made, but only a tiny fraction have this error, and once they're found, they're gone from circulation forever. Check the mint mark. Look for a small D just beneath the date. That means it was minted in Denver. Examine the composition. The most valuable 1976 D pennies are struck on the wrong metal planchet, usually a 40% silver or aluminum base instead of the standard copper. These are called error coins. One of these coins, weighing slightly less than a normal penny and with a distinctive metallic sheen, sold at auction for $695,000. Yes, someone literally turned a penny into a house. Or 5. A regular 1976 penny weighs about 3.11 grams. If yours is off by even a small amount, you may have struck gold. Okay, copper. But you get the idea. Coming up, I'll tell you where to sell it, how to verify its value, and the biggest mistake most people make that instantly kills their chance of cashing in. First, don't clean it. I repeat, do not clean it. Collectors prefer natural wear. Cleaning it could reduce the value by thousands. Next, get it graded. Contact a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can authenticate your penny and assign a grade that can boost its value exponentially. Then, explore auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections. Many high-net-worth collectors attend these auctions looking to buy rare U.S. coins, often paying above market value for unique specimens. Pattern interrupt: let's be honest, it's not every day you flip a penny into a Porsche. Unless you're this guy from Ohio. But that's another video. These coins aren't just valuable, they're disappearing. As more collectors find them, fewer remain in circulation. Every month you wait, you may be watching your last chance at life-changing wealth slip through your fingers. Have you checked your change lately? The 1976 D Lincoln penny may be in your drawer, your coin jar, your old piggy bank from childhood, and if it is, you could be one coin away from never worrying about money again. What if I told you that a tiny, rusty penny sitting in your kitchen drawer could be worth more than a Lamborghini? I'm talking about a single coin that recently shocked collectors with a market value of $695,000, and the craziest part? It's not made of gold. It's a 1970 D mint Mark Lincoln penny loudspeaker. Yes, you heard that right, a single cent that could launch your journey toward financial freedom. But the clock is ticking. These coins are disappearing fast into private collections forever. So don't blink, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to identify if you're holding one of the rarest US coins ever minted. Let's rewind the clock to 1970. The US Mint in Denver was pumping out millions of pennies. To the naked eye, the 1970 D Lincoln penny looked like every other humble coin: copper, worn, common. But hidden among them, a few coins were struck with a shocking mistake. Imagine the mint employee double-stamping a coin using a 1969 die. That's like putting 2025 on your tax form, then trying to explain it to the IRS. Not a fun conversation. But in this case, that error created one of the most desirable coins in U.S. history. The result? A 1970 D Lincoln penny with extreme doubling on the date and text, a detail so rare, professional collectors will pay six figures to own it. And in 2024, one of these sold for a jaw-dropping $695,000. That's more than the average house in America. Loudspeaker. Now, here's where it gets wild. Experts believe there are still dozens, maybe hundreds, of these error coins hiding in old collections, junk drawers, and coffee cans across America. Man detective, could one of them be in your possession? So what exactly should you look for? Get ready, because these next details could change your financial destiny. Look at the 1970. You'll see a distinct doubling, like it's got a shadow. Each letter should look doubled or blurry. D for Denver, located just below the date. This is not a worn coin. The valuable ones are often in proof-like condition. If you need reading glasses, now's the time to grab them. Or better yet, ask your grandkid to be your treasure hunter. Bribe them with ice cream, they work fast. The top-graded coins, those in near-perfect condition, have commanded up to $695,000 at auction. Even lesser grades can still bring $5,000 to $15,000. And you thought your Beanie Baby collection was going to make you rich? Repeat button, but let's go deeper. Why is this coin so valuable? Books. Simple. Scarcity plus historical error plus collector demand equals explosive value. And with more Americans now hunting coins thanks to viral stories just like this, the window to find one is closing. Briefcase. Private collectors are snatching these up at record speed, and trust me, they don't plan on reselling. Here's the moment of truth. You've got the knowledge. You know the signs. But will you act? Thinking face, because the truth is, most people won't. They'll keep walking past that old jar of coins. They'll ignore grandma's dusty coin album in the attic. And years from now, when another 1970 D penny sells for $1 million, they'll say, "I think I had one of those once." Fire. Don't be that person. Be the one who said yes. The one who searched. The one who cashed in a penny, and walked away with life-changing wealth. Check every 1970 D penny you own, look for doubling in the date and text, get a professional appraisal. Reputable coin shops or grading services like PCGS or NGC, listed on auction platforms, or contact elite collectors. And whatever you do, don't spend it on a gumball. Seriously, that's one expensive chew. Hourglass not done, time is not on your side. Every day, coins are getting lost, spent, or sold cheap by people who didn't know better. Now you do, fireworks, so check your coins. Share this video with someone who has a jar full of pennies. And who knows? Maybe next week, you'll be driving a new car, taking a vacation, or making your last mortgage payment, all thanks to one legendary 1970 penny. The journey to wealth doesn't always start with a business deal. Sometimes, it starts with a single cent. In our next video, we reveal the 1943 copper penny, even rarer than the 1970, and how one sold for over $1.7 million. Could it be hiding in your change? What if I told you that a single penny, yes, that little copper coin in your junk drawer, could be worth up to $695,000? Sounds insane, right? But it's true. There's a 1968 Lincoln cent without a mint mark quietly making waves in the coin collector world. Some say it's a glitch, others call it a golden goose, but one thing's for sure, it could change your life. Let's be honest, when was the last time you looked at your pennies? I mean, really looked? Probably never. And yet, one of them could buy you a yacht. Or pay off your mortgage. Or fund that dream vacation in the Maldives. Imagine cashing in a single coin, and suddenly, you're not worried about gas prices or bills. You're booking flights first class. Stay with me, because in this video, we're revealing everything you need to know about the 1968 no mint mark penny. Why it's rare, what makes it valuable, how much it's actually worth today, and how you can find one in your own collection. But before we dive into the gold mine, Thought Balloon, here's a question to tickle your curiosity. What's more rare than a winning lottery ticket, but easier to find? Let's rewind the clock to 1968. A turbulent year in American history: protests, assassinations, moon missions, and the U.S. Mint, quietly stamping out pennies like usual. But something strange happened in Philadelphia. A few Lincoln cents were struck without the customary mint mark. Now, you might think, no big deal. Just a missing letter. But here's the twist: 1968 pennies with no mint mark should not exist under normal protocol. Most people who found one spent it at the store for bubblegum. Gone. Forever. $695,000, spent on a gumball. That's like tossing a Picasso in the trash because it had weird colors. Don't be that person. Only a few of these 1968 no mint mark pennies survived. And today? They're among the rarest and most desirable errors in U.S. coinage history, but here's where it gets interesting. In 2023, one of these coins sold at auction for $456,000. And this year, another resurfaced. The bidding? Already hitting $695,000 and counting. Why? Because serious collectors know what these coins are really worth. And because scarcity plus condition equals skyrocketing value. This isn't just about coins. It's about legacy. This is about a small piece of metal, unlocking massive wealth. So how do you know if you have one? Let's break it down. White heavy checkmark. A 1968 Lincoln penny. White heavy checkmark. No mint mark beneath the date. White heavy checkmark. Crisp, clear details, especially around Lincoln's profile. White heavy checkmark. Copper color. No zinc. White heavy checkmark. Strong strike. No fading or doubling. Bonus points if it's in uncirculated or mint condition. But don't wait. Every year, more of these coins are lost, damaged, or spent. The window is closing. And the next person to find one could be you. Imagine turning your forgotten jar of coins into a fortune. No garage sales, no risky investments, just knowledge. Just knowing what to look for. Still thinking this is too good to be true? Well, let me ask you something. If people are buying digital monkey pictures for millions, why wouldn't a rare government-issued coin be worth even more? But wait, what if I told you, the 1968 no mint mark penny isn't the only one out there worth 6 or even 7 figures? There are dozens more hiding in plain sight, and next week, we're breaking down the top 5 millionaire-making coins in American history. Backhand index pointing right. Go grab your coin jars. Check those old wallets. Call your parents. Visit the flea market. And once you find something suspicious, get it appraised, bell subscribe and turn on notifications. I'm ready to cash in, if you're hunting for your first big coin score, and remember, light bulb wealth isn't just earned. Sometimes, it's found in your pocket. Right now, sitting in your junk drawer, coffee can, or even your childhood piggy bank, could be a penny worth $695,000. Yes, you heard that right, $695,000. One humble coin from 1952, with an S mint mark. Sounds crazy? That's exactly what they said before someone sold theirs for nearly $700,000 at auction. The question is, do you have one? And what makes this particular penny worth more than a luxury condo or a Lamborghini? Stick with me. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to break down the story, the secrets, and the current market that's exploding in front of our eyes. Let's rewind the clock to 1952. Post-World War II optimism was in full swing. The average American home cost $9,000. Gas was 20 cents a gallon. And pennies? Just loose change people tossed aside without a second thought. But unknown to most, something rare slipped out of the San Francisco Mint. A Lincoln cent with microscopic differences. Imperfections, misalignments, and double die errors. These tiny flaws turned ordinary copper into a goldmine decades later. Ever feel like you were born to be lucky, but the universe forgot to send you the memo? Well, what if that memo is sitting in your drawer right now, covered in dust? What collectors discovered years later is that specific 1952 pennies, especially those with certain visual traits, like a strong die strike, RPM, repunched mint mark, or even unusual luster, can be worth hundreds of thousands. Why? Because rarity meets demand. And in the world of coin collecting, scarcity isn't just a buzzword, it's a golden rule. Not every 1952 penny is valuable. Only a few, and one of them sold recently for a heart-stopping $695,000. In Act 2, I'll tell you exactly what made that coin so special, and how you can spot the signs yourself. So, what made that 1952 penny worth nearly $750,000? 2 words: condition and demand. The most valuable penny ever discovered from this mint and year was graded MS 67 Plus red by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service. It was virtually flawless. Mint luster, untouched surfaces, perfect strike, like it never saw a day in a pocket. Only one of these has ever surfaced in this condition. And when collectors compete, rarity turns into a bidding war. The result? A $695,000 payout to one very lucky owner. Imagine walking into an auction thinking you'll get a few thousand, and walking out with enough money to retire early, buy a house, or travel the world. This isn't fantasy, it's reality for those who know what to look for. At this point, you might be thinking, great, now I'm gonna spend the rest of my day squinting at pennies like a detective on a caffeine binge. And honestly, you should. But don't worry, I'll simplify it. Here are the traits to check for: a bold, clear S under the year 1952. Full wheat stalks on the reverse with no wear, rich red color with no spots. This indicates a red designation, and if possible, submit it for grading. An ungraded coin will never reach top dollar. In just a moment, I'll show you exactly where and how to sell these coins for maximum value, and the biggest mistakes that could cost you a fortune. So, you've checked your change jar, pulled out your old penny book, and your heart's racing. What now? Don't clean the coin. Ever. A single scratch can drop the value from 6 figures to $6. Use reputable graders, PCGS or NGC only. Their certification gives buyers confidence and you leverage. Auction it. Platforms like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, and Stax Bowers specialize in rare coins and have serious buyers. The market is hot right now. With inflation driving interest in hard assets, collectors are pouring money into rare coins like never before. But trends shift. What's worth $700,000 today might not hold the same magic in a few years. Will you be the one who cashes in, or the one who says, "I had one of those, but I lost it during spring cleaning"? Rising tone. You don't need a PhD in numismatics to change your life, you just need awareness. That penny in your hand is more than old copper. It could be a ticket to the lifestyle you've dreamed of. Financial freedom. Early retirement. That cabin in the mountains. That beach house in Florida. And if you don't have it? That's okay. Because now you know what to look for, and more importantly, what your coins might be hiding. In our next video, I'm breaking down the top 5 penny coins still in circulation worth over $50,000, one of which might be in your wallet right now. Don't miss it. Subscribe, hit that bell, and if you've got a coin you're curious about, drop it in the comments. Your story might just be the next 6-figure surprise.